All right, welcome to Overly Opinionated. Rest in peace to fallen kings.
And free the guys.
Free the guys for sure. Bro, I missed you, man.
Welcome back.
Glad to be back.
Man.
To be honest, yeah, some of us have bitch ass immune systems, and some of us are same. But
1 week feels so fucking long.
It feels long, bro.
That was so wild.
But don't fret. We are back, and we are back for good. Bro, I started doing drugs a couple weeks ago.
Did you tell me you got put in the registry?
I never said anything like that. I started doing drugs though, man. I never drink coffee. Like, I probably have 4 cups of coffee.
First off, that's crazy. You calling that a drug?
It's absolutely. This is exactly why I wanted to bring it up to you, bro. This is exactly why. Your reaction is exactly why I wanted to bring it up to you. People really treat caffeine like it's not a drug. Like, people treat that as if it is kosher. Like, that's to be consumed by all. Bro, that shit is a drug.
Wait, so that affects you for real?
Bro, I get high as fuck on caffeine.
Really?
Dog. Like, I have to drink it at work when I stay up late. Because I legit just cannot stay awake.
Are you serious?
I got sleep apnea and shit. Like, I don't be sleeping correct.
No, bro. Now, when I tell you, you might think I'm lying. I can take an energy drink, coffee, whatever, and fall right asleep.
Me too.
Like, it does nothing for me.
Yeah. That used to be the same for me when I was your age.
Wow, it changed for you?
Oh, yeah. Huge time.
When did you realize it?
2 weeks ago. Maybe 3 weeks ago.
Like, what made you was tired, you was like, oh, let me try some coffee?
Now, look, I will drink coffee when I'm tired just because I have to get up and go make coffee. Like, just the act of getting up and going,
I get that.
Making coffee. I might stop and talk to somebody on the way.
And that wakes you up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm a little bit more awake. Bro, 3 weeks ago, I drank some coffee. Now, the place that I work, they have a nice coffee maker, and it makes crazy coffee. I guess that's what people tell me. Fam, I drank this coffee. I almost said I took this caffeine. Like, I really consider this a drug, bro. Like, I was high for a solid 5-6 hours. 'Cause even afterwards, like, sure, I'm awake, but that's not an effect to me.
Did you ever crash?
Necessarily. No, I don't think so. But what happens is, like, later on, I'm like, I don't want to say like lightheaded, but I'm a little bit lightheaded. Like, things moving a little slower than they should be. Like, I'm going way faster than the world, it seems. And I'm questioning, what in the hell? Like, why do I feel jittery? Like, why do I feel like I could really, like, I could beat you in basketball, right?
What makes you think it was coffee, though?
I could guarantee it was coffee.
Did you test your theory?
Yeah.
Are you addicted yet or not?
Literally every other day that I don't do caffeine,
wow,
I don't feel like this. Like, that shit is really a drug.
Is it scary for you?
I simply don't like the fact that I'm affected by a substance that way.
You should try heroin. That shit'll get you off there.
That shit'll cook me up.
But yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I drink like a frappe or something just for the dessert.
The taste.
Yeah,
like, no, that's exactly why. That's exactly how. That was my relationship with caffeine before a couple weeks ago. But now, when I'm tired, I drink coffee because it is actually going to help.
Wow, that is crazy. Like, do you come into work with a coffee cup?
No.
You ain't there yet?
No. I'm not going to be there. I don't want to be reliant on any substances that way, so I don't do shit like that. But, and especially because I genuinely see it as, this is a drug. Like, that's absolutely a drug. You know those people? I know people. I work with people who can't function without coffee.
Yeah. They need to start doing that?
That is, come on,
it's crazy.
That's tweak shit, right?
That's tweak shit.
Like, that is tweak shit.
Yeah.
And look, man, to each their own, but let's call it what it is. That shit's a drug. Bro, I legit get high off of that. Like, I be driving home and, like, my brain is just moving so fast.
You got wired.
I'm wired. Like, I'm legit
caffeine.
Wired, and I'm like, why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like I smoked a blunt or something?
And that shit was hitting too, wasn't it?
No, I don't love that.
No, the taste. You drunk it all, didn't you?
Actually, I make it so that I don't enjoy the taste because I feel like that affects my wake more. I feel like I wake up more if I don't like the taste of it. Otherwise, I'm literally just drinking something that tastes great.
Yeah.
So I don't put creamer in it.
Oh, you're disgusting.
I only put a little bit of sugar in it.
You wildin'.
It tastes horrible. I'm not gonna lie to you. It tastes horrible. But then I gotta brush my teeth and all that shit. So like all of this is in the hopes that I wake up and I can continue.
Wait, you brush
my
your
day.
teeth at work?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely, bro. Do you see my teeth? Niggas really gotta take care.
At work?
Absolutely. You drink coffee? You ever drink coffee in the middle of the day?
No.
Yeah.
A frappe from McDonald's.
Bro, you drink coffee in the middle of the day? I don't know. This is another one.
No, but wait. I know niggas who drink coffee all day long.
Yeah.
And they should not be close to people talking.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, now
that cannot be me.
But I think that's what I'm drinking it all day though.
And they shits look like your shirt.
Like,
right?
Yeah.
You got an orange brown shirt on right now.
Stains that shit, bro.
I can't go out like that.
Yeah, that's them coffee drinkers. All you gotta do is say smile.
Yeah. You get blessed with chompers like this, you gotta take care of them. So yeah, I brush my teeth at work, but because of like the whole ordeal that it has to be when I drink coffee, I feel like drinking coffee does its job in waking me up. But it's liquid cocaine-y, bro.
Yeah, there's no way
I ain't with that.
Drink something that doesn't taste good.
I ain't with that. Well, yeah, no.
I'll be sitting there throwing up, gagging. That ain't for me.
Yeah, you're not about the cause. Yeah. I'm about the cause.
Nah. Bro, you can literally just shoot up if you want to wake up.
Stop.
Like
that's not how that works.
Bro, I'm telling you. I know roofers, all right? Who will do
shoot up what?
Medicine.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about right now?
You ever want to be invincible?
No, what are you?
You ever want to be invincible? Come holler at me.
No, what are you condoning right now?
No, I'm not condoning. I'm just saying.
You are. That's literally what you're doing.
If you could go down that road, go down the road for real. Like, don't be scared.
So, I feel like people don't consider caffeine enough of a drug. I don't think that it should be considered like
a narcotic.
Meth. Yeah, I don't think they should be. I don't think they should be the same. But I mean, there's some similarity in it.
I never seen somebody be like, I don't want to say addicted, because if you're drinking it all day and you need it to function, you're addicted.
Listen to me. The people who cannot go on with their day if they don't have caffeine, they are addicted to caffeine. Look up the definition of addiction. That is addiction. If your day is affected, if your everydays change because you don't have a substance, you're addicted to that substance.
Wildin'. Yeah, I hope I'm never that.
But I started a few, like before I would just drink tasty coffee. Once a week maybe.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah. It's only when I'm tired, bro. And I have to be like falling asleep at my desk to do this.
So what's the most you had in a week? How many cups?
2 cups.
Oh, never more?
No.
That ain't bad. No. Now, how many do you think if you enjoyed the taste?
Probably no more than that.
Oh, still?
Bro, I have to brush my teeth after every cup.
Oh, every cup?
Yeah, come on, bro.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to, you gotta...
Solid.
But these are reasons that I do that. Like, I brush my teeth because I don't want my breath stinking and I don't want it to stain my teeth. But also, I want to deter myself from becoming reliant on this substance.
So...
All right, so what's the...
So we got an actual topic besides coffee today.
I am very passionate about this topic today.
So we're about to read you something, and that I'm going to speak in general, a lot of women agree with. Would you?
Not just women, bro. I think people agree with this.
Yeah, people. It says you won't have to ask a man that really loves you for anything. Not a date night, not no money, not no time, damn sure not no affection. When a man really desires you, he moves different for you on his own. It actually makes him happy to do the most for you.
And that's from Justin LA Boy or La Boy or whatever.
A famous meme guy or whatever.
People post him a lot. I have no idea what he's from. I don't know anyone.
Same. I don't know.
So I have no idea where he's from, but I see, especially I don't know, there's a certain group of people. There's a demographic of people that really enjoy this guy's content. And don't get me wrong, sometimes he be saying some shit. Sometimes I completely agree with the guy. He is so incredibly wrong about this. And not only that, but the reason that I've seen it is because multiple of my family members and loved ones posted it or liked it. And I'm like, they can't actually think this, right?
So I get the idea. or where they're coming from. But
explain it to me.
You
please.
have to be realistic. They're not being realistic.
Explain it to me, please.
So, like, let's say you watch a lot of TV, you see a lovely couple. The man is always showing how much he adores her. From the opening her car door, the fixing her cup of coffee before she wakes up, etc., etc. So, not knowing doesn't show that this woman probably taught him, this is how I like to be shown. You love me. Like, people assume this is just a natural reaction for when you care for someone.
And it could be.
Yes.
I don't want to take that away from the situation where it could be.
When you don't do it, does not mean they don't love you.
Right. Right.
And I think some people get that confused. Like, I'm sure my girl would probably agree with this message. She'll probably post this shit if she's seen it. Truth be told. And I'll probably look like an asshole for probably saying, like, yeah, that's not really the truth here. It's just like, how? Like, if I tell you I don't like something, you do it, that means you don't care about me. That's not how that works. No matter how you look at it, it's just not how it works.
Well, it may mean, I think in that particular instance, it may mean that you're not being attentive, or you're not moving, you're being intent. That's what it is. Being intentional. Like, you may unintentionally do something that your girl has told you that she doesn't like.
Because of the habit.
Yeah. Or just because you're not thinking in that moment about the fact that that's something that your girl doesn't like. But I think my issue with this is way more, it's not as much that, like, you don't do this. It's way less that it's impossible that this man didn't naturally do this. Because I'm naturally a romantic guy. I have learned that women like it when you surprise them. I like to be surprised, too. Like, I would love to be surprised with something that I want. So, I surprise my woman with things regularly. There are some things that she doesn't want to be surprised by. Like, she doesn't want flowers. I've surprised her with flowers multiple times. And she really appreciates the gesture, but she doesn't like the actual, the thing. Yeah. Like, she doesn't want these flowers that are going to die. It makes her sad when they die. It makes her feel bad when she has to throw them away because I bought them for her, right? And please, do not send me ways to save flowers. She just does not want flowers. But I had to find out that she doesn't want flowers. Yeah. I had to find out the things that she would rather be surprised with. Like, you have to teach people what it is that you like. And I don't think there's a way around that.
And then that post just stands for, like, people who don't want to express what they want. They just want it to randomly appear.
Now, look, that might not be the case. That might not be the case. I think it's possible that what they're saying is some niggas suck. I think they might be saying that some niggas suck, and they're right. Like, you don't have to teach a nigga that you're a person and you want to be talked to sometimes. You don't have to teach a nigga that when you might have a long day at work and you want to be like, you want to you want to be pampered, you want to decompress. You want him to assist you in decompressing. You want him to speak to you about, like, your problems. You don't have to teach a nigga how to necessarily show love. Or no, you don't have to teach a nigga to show love. But you might have to teach someone how it is that you best accept love.
That, and also you can look at it from a whole different perspective. Like, I'm just using this as an example. Let's say a man hasn't took you on a date in like 2 months. But in them 2 months, he was saving for something bigger to take you out to travel or something. But according to that post, you would have to beg him for a date night because he hasn't took you on in 2 months, but he's saving for something bigger. Like, that, you may look like an asshole as a man just for having to save for some shit, and you haven't taken her on a date in 2 months. Now she think you don't care about her. That's crazy, right?
Well, I think that's crazy, but I don't know if that's what the post was getting at. You know what I mean? Like, you were still making an effort there. I feel like it may be saying that you won't have to tell someone to make an effort, which I agree with. They will be making an effort in their way. But to say that you won't have to Teach him. Can you read the first sentence again?
You won't have to ask a man that really loves you for anything.
Yeah, that is crazy to me.
Simply not true.
Like, it is. It's completely untrue. Like, there are different things. We all grew up with different experiences. Like, the way that I know how to love a woman is the way that my mom and grandma and aunts told me, or basically complained about niggas not doing for them. Like, those are the things that I know I need to do.
And also, I think that sentence will only be true if all women was the same.
Right.
Only way that would be true.
Yeah, we all accept love differently. We all feel love different ways. And one of the items in there is just bonkers to me. You won't have to ask a man for money. How is that even possible? How do I know that you need money? Like, what are you talking about? All the bills is paid. You have the newest Yeezys. How do I know that you need anything?
Because you're supposed to just give it to her. Every time you have money, just give it to her.
I feel like you're trying to be funny.
No, that's how it's supposed to work. For real. Y'all, let's see if I know that's how it's supposed to work.
You've heard that?
Yes.
What are we giving the money for?
Because that's
I'm not even being funny. No, I promise you, I don't understand. What are we giving money for?
Is that your woman?
Absolutely.
That's the only reason. It's that simple.
Like, for nothing?
For nothing. Well, it's not for nothing. It's for being your woman.
Sound like prostitution.
No. Nah.
That sound like...
Great clip, by the way. But no. Like, just for being a woman. That's how...
But how am I supposed... yeah.
That's how...
I literally do not compute this.
Listen, that's how women on Instagram really be like.
Are you sure that this is, like, a widespread idea? You're sure this isn't some...
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Wow.
You don't think women are entitled? This post exists because women are entitled.
You know I'm not a huge fan of blanket statements like that.
Okay. How many of the family members who posted that was women? All of it, right? I guarantee you.
Well, it was because it was from a woman's perspective, though, right?
I guarantee you won't see a man post that.
But men do agree.
Post facts.
Men do agree with it, though. Men do agree with that, though.
Like,
I had an argument. You were there. We were on the live chat for an Instagram. We were on an Instagram live recently.
Bozo material too.
I don't know. I don't know if I would call it bozo material. I just think you're just wrong. I think you are just wrong. To think that you don't have to teach someone how to love you is insane to me.
And selfish. Like, it's like that's main character vibes.
Yeah. I think I can agree with that.
Like,
to assume that someone may know, like, don't get me wrong, there are certain things like the example you gave, a man who opens the door for his woman when they get in the car. I don't do that shit. Like, I only do that when we're getting in an expensive Uber, like the most expensive Uber. If we're getting into like the professional driver vehicles, like, I'll open her car door if they not getting out to open the car door. Like, gotcha. That's not like a regular thing for me.
Yeah.
And she doesn't want that either. I have asked, but there are women who want that, and there are men that naturally do that. They would love for him to naturally do that. Now that right there, they are compatible. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you that man doesn't know that she wants something, and she does want that something.
Yeah.
We touched on this a little bit in an episode prior, and I call them silent expectations. You having silent expectations is such a negative thing.
It kills relationships.
For relationships.
Yeah.
And I mean for any relationship. If you have an expectation of someone and you don't share that with them, I'm not saying that it's 100% your fault that you didn't get the thing that you wanted, but you absolutely have a part in not getting the thing that you wanted because you're the only one that knows that you want it for sure. Absolutely horrible communicating. Yeah, that's a lack of communication, no question.
Like, it's almost kiddie too. Like,
you think it's childish?
Yeah, like childish as fuck. Like, you don't want to tell me what you want. I just have to figure it out. You want to throw hints instead of just telling me. Like, that's childish as hell.
I know I keep like muting your aggression here. I just don't know that I want to call it childish. I don't know that I want to go that far because children are really good at telling you what they want. Children tell you exactly what they want. They are not shy about telling you what they want.
So
this only happens later on when...
Would it be petty?
It could be. It could be petty. I think it's just a misunderstanding, bro. I think it's just a misunderstanding. The point that I was making with the man who opens the car door for his woman. Now, there are certain things that I just naturally do because I was taught this is what men do, and this is what men do for women. I grew up in a household with me and women. Like, it was just me and multiple women. So I had to, like, I was the one that took out the trash. I was told that's what you do. Like, that's a man's job. Women don't take out the trash. So my wife does not take out the trash. I was also told that if there's a man walking into a building and there are women also walking into the building, the man holds the door, he walks in last. Yep. So my wife always walks into whatever establishment we're going to after I do. Or before I do. So I don't, like, those are just things that I was raised to do. And maybe the man who opens the car door for his woman was also raised that that's what you do. Mm-hmm. And that is totally reasonable to me. The things that women were raised that men do, that is totally, like, whatever it is. Like, if you were raised to never pump your own gas, men pump your gas, sure. To never buy your own shoes or never buy your own purse, sure.
You just have to find a man who was raised that way.
Or find a man who was raised with some of those things. You like him a lot. You tell him the rest of those things. I think that's totally reasonable. I think to expect that the man is going to come out of the box
and do that
perfectly tuned to love you
is insane.
I think that's kind of crazy.
It is. Also, I want to comment on that. So, he's talking about to find a man who has some of them qualities.
Yeah.
Just because he don't have them qualities does not make him a shit man. That's
not what we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about.
Okay.
And you know what? I'll back that up. I will co-sign what you're saying because I think sometimes, and this is for both of us, both men and women, I should say, there are situations where men see a woman that has characteristics that make them incompatible and they consider her less than.
Correct.
Or not a real woman.
And that's not the case.
That's absolutely not the case. Okay. And vice versa. Sometimes women see a man that don't do the things that they consider good man material, and because they are not compatible, they consider him less than or not a real man. These are garbage ways to value people. Like, the value of a woman is not decided by how good of a wife she would be to me.
Agree.
And I think that's something that we, as a people, fuck up with a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
When you're single, or not even necessarily, because I hear women complain about men just because they're thinking of their single friends. Like, oh, that nigga ain't shit type.
That's just not your type.
Not your type.
That's simple.
Might not be your woman's type either. But he might be a great nephew. He might be a fantastic uncle.
Yep.
Like, he could still be a good guy.
That's actually a great perspective, too. Because I didn't realize I did that until you just said that. And I think a lot of people do that.
Yeah, I think we all do that. I think
that's the normal to determine a person if they're shitty or not.
Yeah, man. Shout out to science.
Like,
because we just have this inability to see someone of the opposite sex as anything but someone that we could have potentially mated with.
Yeah. That's hard.
That's something that we all got to get over at some point. Like, to some degree, we have to see these people as people.
Whoa. So, I know this is getting cut out. So, if...
All right, you were right. We are going to delete that. So,
yeah, I had to crop that shit out.
You be talking crazy.
No.
You be talking crazy. But no, we're going to keep it real with y'all. That definitely got cut. we are not going to talk about what it was either.
So, at all. You'll never know.
But yeah, no, I think for sure there's a level of judgment that comes with the opposite sex not being ideal for the subject that's talking about what they're not doing or what they could do more of. But when it comes to you and your relationship, once you find someone who checks most boxes and you show a liking to them, you do have some responsibility to let them know your love language and how it is that you would like to be shown love.
But what's weird about that even more is if you like them, why wouldn't you just tell them?
Now, I think you might be on the opposite side of the spectrum. I think you might go even further than I'm arguing for. Like, you sent me an Instagram the other day where the woman said that men's brains don't work like that. They don't work to pick up hints. And you said, or she said, I don't remember the guy's name. Let's say Brandon, because she was like, Brandon, I would like it if you. I like flowers. Could you pick me up some flowers on your way home? That's far. Like, she doesn't ever get to be surprised. That, to me, that's corny. But if you like acts such as receiving flowers sometimes randomly,
say that. Yeah,
you might let him know early on in the relationship that you enjoy.
Yeah, I'm not telling him every time, but address it at least one time if you like it. Then when that moment, and then he just stops doing it, now I get your argument. I get that post. Like, okay, maybe you don't think he really fucking with you because you told him what you like and he's not doing none of this. Like, I get that. Then that post will make sense to me.
So one of the good questions from the other side, shout out to my cousin who is one of the people who post. She's actually the reason that I have this post at all. She asked the question, so how often, or no, how long do you teach someone how to love you? And that's a great question. Like, I think that almost, I think that almost makes the argument where there is a level, there is a cutoff. It seems there would be a cutoff where your expectations are known. They should be able to pick this up.
Yes.
And I don't have a good answer for that. And I think that's just because it's subjective. Like, you get to choose when you're fed up with this.
But I think would a good answer be the moment you don't want to teach this person you love anymore?
That would be a great answer if we could trust everyone to put reasonable expectations out into the open.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a good...
I'm assuming that's what they did, though.
That's not a good rule if they don't want to tell them to begin with.
Yeah. Oh, that's a horrible rule. Like, that person might be lonely for a long time doing shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, and may not even realize it.
Now, let me throw out some empathy here, because I think that post comes from experience with niggas who just really ain't shit. Like, it's most likely that this post comes from niggas who niggas not really romantic like that. You agree?
No, because what you said. No, because of what you said. You don't have to ask for money. That's in there. Like, why is that in that slew of things? Like, I'm not just saying, it is pretty random. The ask for money, the dates, I get that. That's intimate. Like, I thoroughly get that. The flowers, I get that. But ask for money? Like, is this your parent here? Like, I get that. Like, that's why I don't think that post comes from, I think it comes from a city girl.
Okay. So, the post is far. The agreement with the post, do you think could come from a place where it's like, yeah, I did have to tell this nigga for 2 years that I want to be, that I like my feet massaged.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
Sure.
The ones who've been through the ringer, yep.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
So I can at least see where it's coming from. I just think that it's taken too far. And for the men out there who argued with us last week about whether you should be teaching somebody how to love you, the answer is yes. The answer is you must. The relationship can only be as good as you're willing to make it. Like, they don't know everything, bro. Like even, and they made a good point during this argument that if you pay enough attention, you will learn these things. And they're absolutely right. And I paid plenty of attention. My wife was elated to find flowers sitting on her car after her work shift. She was elated. She was so happy that I would keep doing it. Like, I'm going to keep doing this. Because the only reaction that I saw was her very happy with the fact that she was receiving these spontaneous gifts from me. I didn't get to see that she was hurt by throwing them away. The only way that I could possibly know that she didn't like this, I needed to tweak the way that I do these acts of love, is because she told me. That's the only way. Like, you could pay all the attention in the world and not know everything.
So why not just be ain't shit and just give her fake flowers and you'll never have to do it again?
She didn't want fake flowers either.
Oh, so it's not about them just dying.
No, that definitely plays into it. Like, I asked her, like, should I do the fake flowers? It was just, why not do another thing that she likes more?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's hard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm nice at this shit.
You
bro.
think so?
Oh, my guy. I'm super nice.
Nah.
I'm super nice. Yeah. No, one of my favorite ones, she was having a real bad day at work. She hit me up. She was like, look, I don't want to be mean to you or nothing, but I don't want to, I can't talk to you right now.
I want to pause you right there. That's so hard. She was able to tell you that.
Right?
I don't want to be mean to you.
Yeah.
I had a bad day. Because I'm bringing it home. We're all about to have a bad day.
Bro, we not even at home. She just wanted to let me know that throughout the day, I'm probably not going to talk to you that much, even if you talk to me, because I'm going to be rude to you, and you don't deserve it, right? So she says that, and I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I wish I could have done something to help. So I leave it alone for like a half an hour. I go on DoorDash and order a smoothie that she loves. Ordered my wife is a candy person, so I ordered her literally all the candies that she likes, and I had them send them to the crib. And I was like, oh, I got some shoes delivered. Can you grab them so that they don't get stolen? And she went and found them. Fucking bawled her eyes out, bro. I felt like such a winner that day because it's not just something. It's exactly what she wants, except she didn't know that she wanted it, and it's when she needs it.
But again, will be the type of woman who will share that because you're proof. Like, you wouldn't have to tell them, or he'll go out his way just to do this for you. He moved differently when he cares about you. Like, wouldn't you be proof of this post?
I would be proof that this particular thing is something that I have in me.
Also, she shared that she liked these things too.
Yeah, but this is something that I have experience with. Where, again, I'm not saying that they didn't make good points. Like, they made great points. How, if you pay attention to your partner, like, you can learn the things that you need to do.
Agree.
I pay enough attention to her to know exactly what smoothie. She never told me what smoothie she wanted. I knew exactly what smoothie she wanted because it's the only one that she's gotten more than once. I know exactly what candy she wanted because it's the only candy that she eats around. She eats all these candies around me. I'm not going to get her something I've never seen her eating.
Right.
So I'm getting her the candies that she likes. Like, you do have to be attentive. I'm not saying that you have to lay out a game plan for every scenario for your significant other. That's not my point. My point isn't that, like, all right, so Darian, we're going to be in a relationship, and when I get angry, this is what you need to do. When I get sad, this is what you need to do. You are going to have to put in work. But that work has to align with the things that I like.
And so you just made a good point. And I want to ask you a question. Because it's kind of another topic. So what is more important there? The love you have for someone or the effort they put for you?
Ooh.
Because we had a topic, love is sometimes it's just not enough.
Ask me the question again, please.
What is more important there? The love they have for you or the effort they put in?
I don't think that they live independent. I think that the love that you have for someone probably influences the effort that you put forth. And the effort that you put forth is probably fueled by the love that you have for them.
Totally agree.
And that is why I remember when you put it in the notes that the way that you phrased the topic was why loving someone isn't enough. I disagree. I think it is enough because that is plenty to convince you to do the things you need to do. It is literally the only thing that you need to convince you to be the person that they need you to be.
But you can be a lazy lover.
Sure.
And that your love is just not enough there.
Right.
That's why I think I came up with it, because love is sometimes just not enough. Like, you have to go above and beyond when it's needed most. Now, I'm not saying all the time, just when it's needed most. Like, people, 150%. Sometimes people are not always 150%.
Right. This is what we were talking about episode 2.
Like, sometimes I can only give you 30.
Yeah. This is what we were talking about. Sometimes you got to pick up the slack.
And that's when the effort, just me seeing, no, you're not 100%. You're trying to give it, all you have is 30 and you're giving me that. That effort is enough right there. So that's why I don't think sometimes love is an effort. It's sometimes more important.
I think I will have to concede, just because in situations where you are a lazy lover, love isn't enough. But I think the reason that I look at it as love is enough is because love is the fuel for that effort. In my world, at least. I can be convinced to do something that I have no desire to do based off of love only. Like, love is the only reason that I care at all about this thing. Love is the only reason that I got that DoorDash that day. Love was plenty for me to get that DoorDash and try to turn her day around.
Oh, that's a fact.
That love is the only reason for effort. The effort doesn't exist without the love. So that's why I say that love is enough. But in a situation where you're not willing to put forth effort, love is not enough to carry the whole load of a relationship. Yeah,
I agree.
So that's a solid point you make, because I completely disagreed until you brought up the lazy lover thing, and
yeah,
I think that's a fact.
Yeah, because that's me sometimes being a lazy lover. I'm not gonna say all the time. Sometimes my effort goes a long way. So that's the only reason why I knew love wasn't just enough. Just effort. You have to have.
You taught yourself that effort or that love wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Just because I love you, like, we should be good. Nah, it's not like that. It's truly not like that.
I'm curious because I know how you get out. Because I know how you get out. How do you consider yourself a lazy lover?
So, perfect example. So my love language is like an act of service. Okay?
Yeah.
So me going to work every single day.
You consider that an act of service?
Yes. Because let me tread lightly in a respectful way.
Please tread lightly, son.
Me going to work every day and to provide for my little family I have is
just adding on as if that makes it better.
It's just an act of love for me.
Sure.
Like, me doing this is showing you I love you. Okay?
Okay. I understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
I couldn't disagree with you more.
That's not how my woman interprets that. All right? I have to be spending time with her and the little one. That's how she feels love. I used to think that was crazy. So I was lazy. I just work more. You should be loving this more than since I'm working more. It doesn't work like that. So now, even though I'm tired from work, I'll go out with them. Go sit at a dinner. Like, just that effort alone, she appreciates. So that right there took our relationship to the next level. And trying to kick that lazy loverness out of me.
So you considered it lazy that you were showing her love via your own love language?
Correct. Yeah.
That's tough,
and not willing to put the effort in to love her how she wants to be loved.
Yeah.
So it's tough because you got to acknowledge, like, this is just not how she accepts it.
Right.
So that was honestly, that was the toughest part for me. But once you get over that hump, like it's almost like smooth sailing.
Yeah.
So
you know what's hard, and I think it seems to be difficult for both sides of a relationship. Period. We all drop hints at what we want by the way that we show love. Like, my natural way of showing love is the way that I want to be shown love, and that it doesn't work that way. Only because their love language isn't the same as your love language, and when it's not the same, you showing love that way doesn't make me think, oh, I should do this. We're both, I think in relationships, often we're both showing love the way that we want to be shown love, and we expect it back. Like that silent expectation of, you see, I'm doing this, so like do this for me too.
That's actually fucking crazy you said that, because I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I would have never agreed with that because I have never thought about that. But I 100% agree. That's wild. I got in too many arguments for not doing what she do. And I always tell her, I'm just treating you how I want to be treated. She's my witness. I'll get her on air. She will say that. I'm treating you how, I don't mind being treated like this. Like, I'm not understanding the problem. Like, that's the golden rule I always tell her. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's just not how she want to be treated.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
And yeah, we used to collide over that shit.
And I think that in relationships has almost become like an unhealthy pillaster. Like, it's holding up the relationship, the fact that no one's doing anything wrong, because all we're doing is exactly what we want the other to do. And that's unfair, because the other doesn't necessarily know that, and they may be doing the exact same thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that.
Everyone's like working past you know how they say like talking past each other?
Yeah.
Everyone's in the relationship is working past each other. Like, here I am with all these acts of service, and you just want me to give you a fucking hug at the end of the day.
And then I'm glad you said no one is doing something wrong, because it's not wrong. It's just not what they want.
Right.
That's it. Some people would assume like, oh, you're doing it the wrong way. No, it's not wrong.
Well, you could be doing it the wrong way.
It's a miscommunication.
Right, but you could be doing it the wrong way if these things have been laid out already.
Yeah,
I think it would be considered egregious to continue your behavior if you have been asked or been steered the right direction, except in the case where you are not doing any steering because life's perfect for you and he was great out the box.
Do you think relationships in today's age is like a job?
Sure, but I feel like they've been a job.
Really?
Yeah, and if they weren't, they should have been.
I was under the impression like it was easy. I don't know what gave me that, but
I think I think it would be similar, and I think it is similar, but I think it would be more similar if we didn't have so much access to all these different points of view. I think before we had to ever think about what we were going to be like in a relationship, there were social norms that ruled further than the social norms do now. Mm-hmm. Like, there were social norms of what a woman is supposed to be like, what a man is supposed to be like if they are husband and wife. And because of that, it was less work because you knew exactly what you were supposed to do. And I just think that it was just wrong.
Yeah.
And I don't mean wrong as in that's not what a woman is supposed to do and that's not what a man is supposed to do. I think it was just wrong as in there are people who did not want that were playing their role because they had to.
Yep. And that shit has always been a puzzle piece.
And I think generations later, the generations that were raised by those people saw the unhappiness and were able to diagnose where it came from and avoid that. And I think that's how we got here, where communication is the only thing that is going to save that situation. What do you want? Tell me what you want. Tell me what you don't want so that I can do all the avoiding of what you don't want. I can do all the facilitating of what you do want. Or we can both agree, I don't have what you want.
And part ways. Yeah.
But communication is a necessity.
Yeah, it is. No way around it either.
No way around it.
And then...
Well, I guess there is a way around it.
How?
If God just happens to drop the most perfect person for you, where you don't have to do any teaching at all, like Justin LA Boy, LA Boy, LA Boy, what is it?
Listen, I don't know.
Like Mr. Justin, like he wants to, whatever, if that's what's happening, that's what you're expecting, that may actually work out for you. The chances that works out for you, minuscule. Infinitesimal, even. This is not going to happen. We all got to learn how to get what we want via working with someone to get it.
So, now that forms a question for me, though. Does standards, having too high standards, play a part in finding the right one for you? There's a such thing as too high standards. You agree with that, right?
I would agree tentatively. I wouldn't agree across the board that, like, too high of standards is a thing. I think too high of standards is a thing when we put a goal on it. Like, when we put a goal of, I'm going to find this person by this time, and all of these things are already going to be intact, I think that's probably too constrained.
Okay, so what if you took out the end date? That's still not too high standards?
No.
Really?
No. Because that person probably exists. Whether you're ever going to encounter them or not, that's up to chance and God.
So, if let's say you got 6 things you're looking for in a person, and do you think people should just accept 3 out of 4?
Now, when you said 6, when you said you weren't going to say people, is that because you wanted to say women?
I'm sorry, bro. You know me too well. You know me too well. Yes.
Why? Why did you want to justify? Why did you want to?
Because I think men accept things they don't want to accept more than women accept things they don't want to accept.
What's the problem with that?
Men are more open or understand reality.
Understand reality. You're saying women don't understand reality?
No, they don't.
What?
No, they don't.
Why would you think that?
Because of their ideas and thoughts on the dating scenes. Like, okay, so how many women you know who think men can just sleep with whoever they want?
None. Or few, I should say. Most women know that men don't have the I don't want to say pick of the litter, but that's like the only thing that's coming to my mind. So they don't have like the pick of the litter for sex.
Right. We know this.
No, I think the women that disagree that men can pick and choose who they marry think that, or realize that men cannot pick and choose the same way for who they have sex with.
So you think they can just have sex with who they want to? Or they just have to pick?
No. It's the opposite. They think that men pick and choose who they marry or get into long-term relationships with.
Do you agree with that?
No. But the women who do agree with that, they also realize that men don't have the same freedoms and choices with women that they just want to sleep with.
So, the women that have asked this, like, men get turned down a lot.
Yeah.
Right? You think women get turned down a lot?
No.
And do you think women think that is normal?
What?
Not getting turned down.
It is normal for them.
No, but for men.
It's completely different.
But some women think attractive men can just don't get turned down.
I don't know what women think, man.
Listen, some women truly believe that shit. Truly believe it. Like, Lil Baby don't never get told no. That's just not true.
Hey, he said everybody he ever shot his shot at caught it.
Cap.
That's one of the best. That's one of the best brags in rap history.
But you admit, you know it's cap though.
Yeah. But okay. Who cares?
Some women truly believe that. No man believes that.
You're saying that I don't know if that's true or not. I disagree with it. I doubt it. I doubt it seriously. I can't prove that.
You can. If you know he's a man, that's enough proof right there. It's that simple.
It sounded great in the song.
Like
It sounded great.
Oh, no,
it sounded believable.
Album was mid.
It sounded believable.
His album was mid, by the way.
You mean the most recent one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wouldn't even waste your time. Don't listen to it.
I listened to it. I did listen to it. He's got some of the best brags in rap.
Mid.
He's got some of the best brags in rap.
I was looking for a song to put on repeat and couldn't find it.
Yeah, that's true. I can say the same.
I was highly disappointed, by the way.
But I won't say that I wouldn't be able to listen to the album again. Like, I could definitely listen to that album driving down the street.
I don't want to.
Why?
Because
it wasn't bad.
Did you hear his last album?
No, I don't think I did.
What?
Yeah.
That's why you're saying that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why you're saying
that. The brags were even better on the last one?
No ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts. Like, you're a Pimple Butterfly, and then he dropped a mid album, whatever you think a Kendrick album is mid. Imagine that.
What's wrong with you right now? Bro? Why would you say that?
No, I said.
Why would you say To Pimp a Butterfly? Though?
That was your favorite album from, or that's the greatest album to you ever. So imagine that, and then just some mid from the same artist. That's what it was.
Did you really derail this to say that Lil Baby's album was mid?
Yeah, I was highly disappointed. I can't believe he dropped that shit this year. He should have kept it.
I don't know, man.
You did well. You're saying you didn't hear the last one.
That's true. I don't know. I don't know for sure if I heard the last. What was the last one?
My turn.
Yeah, I've never even heard of that.
Bro, guys, something to prove.
Grace. You got what? Wait, you think I know the names of Lil Baby songs?
No way. No, bro. We're not doing this, bro.
I don't know the names of any Lil Baby songs. I know the name of one Lil Baby song, and it's called Pure Cocaine.
Oh. Bro, you never heard this album?
No. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm sending that to you. You tap in on that. No, for real.
I'm trying to get through
the... Sorry. Tap in on that. I can't believe you never heard that. Why would you listen to this last one?
Because it came out.
That one been out.
There was probably something way more important going on. There was nothing going on in the music world here.
That's a big fact. It's been dry.
It's been mad dry.
Dry as fuck. Like, I'm looking for new music.
I'm not going to lie. I hope someone hears this and is like, oh, they missed the what's it called album. Please send it to me.
Oh, yeah, for real.
And honestly, I'm not tapped in with anything. I don't know anything that's going on.
I've been so missing out on music. Every Friday, I look up on Google new releases. See who dropping today.
You know that's in here, right? You know that's a thing already.
I did not know that.
Like, it's in Apple Music has the new releases.
No, but is it that day?
Bro, yes. Look.
Where'd you go to?
Browse. New music.
Where's new music at?
In the middle. Scroll. New music.
What?
Every Friday.
See, no, this is why I don't like this. This album came out already. Like, I don't know how new it is.
Bro, nothing has come out since Friday. This is Friday's new releases. Every Friday, this changes.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's hard.
Yeah. I go through here every Friday regardless. And sometimes I'll even just like, if I'm feeling real frisky, I'll just click on anything that looks cool.
That's hard, bro.
Anything that has a dope album cover. Or cover art, I click on it.
You really just put me on, bro. No, that's tough. I support that shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
No, every Friday, bro.
Every Friday, every Friday I do that same thing.
Oh, that's super tough. That shit just made me happy.
But yeah, there must have been something going on with the last time with the Lil Baby thing.
Yeah, please listen to it. You're going to hear the difference. Like, wow.
Is it better than the other one? The Hood Gospel?
Yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
I don't know. That has some joints on it.
This is his best project.
You just saying that.
I'm not. Bro, I listen to Lil Baby.
Don't play anything.
I'm not. They trying to get copyrighted. Like, remember, look, bro, I have his album, bro. I really listened to this, though.
So, we digress.
Yeah.
I think the problem that I have with your statement is that women aren't in tune with reality because they don't know the difference between success rate in courting.
That and they believe men have to put in more effort.
Men do have to put in more effort.
Why?
Huh?
They just think that's just how it should be. Why? Is my question.
Because we're the chasers.
But aren't we both prizes?
We are the ones in pursuit.
And that's how it should be.
That's not what I'm saying.
I'm asking.
I'm just saying that's how it is.
And it should be like that. Is that healthy for it to be like that?
Sure.
You think so?
Sure.
So then you get the women who's the prize, since men are the chasers, right?
Yeah.
And then the prize has to do minimum effort in a relationship.
Not in a relationship. I disagree with that. I think in a successful relationship,
They're
the
both
work
the
is
prize.
the work is split.
Because they're both the prize.
Sure.
That's why.
Well, I think you're seeing it as if the way that the relationship starts is the way that it stays. But the way that I look at it is men already see women as a prize to obtain. And we have to work to show the woman that we are a prize to keep.
And then what does the woman have to do?
Whatever it is that the man needs to be shown to stay around.
You ever heard the saying, you can't keep a man that don't want to be kept? You heard that before, right?
No.
You never heard that?
I don't think so.
You can't keep a man who don't want to be kept.
Okay.
You never heard that ever?
I don't think so, no.
Well, that's the saying. If a woman is the prize, why are you trying to keep a man? Most women know that saying. I'll be shocked if a woman.
Well, it's because, like I just described to you, you both end up being necessary in the, like, you're chasing a woman, and once you obtain her, your goal is to prove to her that you need to be kept as well. Like, I'm the one that you keep around.
So, do you think relationships would go different if, from the jump, they acknowledge each other as the prize?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to hear this. Why?
Because I think, as you already know, I have a really difficult time speaking from a perspective that I don't have. But this is just me trying to come up with a way to describe this. I think women have a lot more to worry about when it comes to courtship. You can be the prize until you die. You can reproduce until you die. Women have like a time frame. If they end up with someone that isn't worthy of whatever the damn. Oh, how do I say this without being a douche? Oh man,
they know you.
No, they don't. If they end up with a man who isn't worth the fruits of that time frame,
they wasted some valuable time.
Yes. Now, the way that I see it, because I can only think with a man's brain, is you don't waste time by having experiences, because whatever those experiences bring, that is worth something. But from a woman's perspective, I can't help but empathize with the idea, or sympathize with the idea that, like, you spent your, I don't know what you want to call them, whatever year.
Something respect. Yeah.
Fertile?
But
you spent your fertile years with somebody who was unworthy.
Now let's pause that. So the unfertile ones are not a prize.
Stop it.
I'm asking.
Stop
I'm
it.
asking.
Stop it. We don't have to do that.
I'm asking you.
Don't ask me that.
What's your answer?
I don't want children.
So that's a prize for you.
So like we said earlier.
That silence is a yes.
No, it isn't. Like we said earlier, people are more valuable than just what they can offer you. You agree, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's what it is. So like...
But that wouldn't be a gold mine for you.
What do you mean?
An unfertile woman.
Why would it make a difference? You don't have to reproduce with someone just because you can.
Yeah, but there's less precautions you would have to take.
Oh, no, I'm a wild boy.
Yeah, that's a gold mine for you, right?
No, Plan B was legal when I was out. Bro, this is what happens when we go over an hour. I don't know how to act now.
But you gotta understand, though. Like, there's no need for that now.
What do you mean?
She's unfertile.
Sure.
You save $50.
Okay, man. What is the point that you're getting at here?
That's a more valuable prize to you. Just off that alone.
But that's me specifically. What I'm saying is the way that women have to value their time. Specifically, I brought up the fertility because that's a thing that a large number of women have to worry about. Mm-hmm. But safety is another one. Like, they can't be out here courting as many men as men do women because that's literally more dangerous for them. Like, physically, it's more dangerous for them. So, I think that the way that it goes isn't necessarily wrong. It isn't necessarily right either. It just is. Like, this is one of those things that I think just is. Right or wrong, I don't think that even is calculated in here. It is amoral, the fact that men are the chasers. Just the way that it works is that we are the pursuers. And once you are in pursuit, once you have been minimally successful, you have to start proving that you are to be pursued as well so that you can be maintained.
So, if you had the opportunity to change that, would you? Or you're okay with that?
I would love to be pursued. I would love to be pursued. But
man would.
But I have expressed that to my wife, so I am pursued regularly.
Fire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Communication, exactly.
That's how you
end that shit.
Exactly.
Tied it right back in. Simple.
But before we go though, it's been a while. It's been a while since we touched base. I want to know how you feel you're doing on aligning with your values. We talked about in the identity episode that alignment with your values is a challenge that we should set to each other. First off, what values are you trying to align with?
So, first off, I've been a little off track with my vacations and getting back into the work. So,
what does that mean? You can align with your values in those places?
I haven't been focusing on that. I've just been trying to live in the moment.
Bro, but that's something that the challenge is to, when you're focused on anything, this is something to
That's what I'm saying. I've been a little off track. That's what I said.
What is it that you're trying to align with?
So, I want to be nicer. Like, people, I keep getting told I am disrespectful.
You're very disrespectful.
And mean.
Yeah.
And
you're inconsiderate.
Sure. Okay. I would disagree. But if so many people is telling me this, I want to change it. Because my intentions is not to come off as that at all. So I want to fix that. I want to be a nice guy. Or look like a nice guy at least. At least. So if you're comfortable enough to talk to me, I'll talk back. Like, that's the main one I want to really focus on.
And you're saying that has not been something that you've been good at?
No.
Since we
nope.
formed the challenge?
Mm-mm. Yeah.
What percentage have you been off on being a nice guy?
I'm going to say 40%?
40% off?
On.
40%
so 60%
on.
off.
That's not bad. For not working on it at all, you sure you're not overselling it?
I'm probably am. I'm gonna go 30. I'm 70% off. Yeah. 70% then.
30% nice guy though, huh?
Right. Yeah.
That's not bad, man.
Yeah,
That's not bad.
But I thought I was a nice guy already. So.
Right. Dangerous.
It's hard to work on something when you don't realize it was a problem.
That's very true.
So that's why I think my 30% is so low. I don't see the invisible.
30% is not low.
You crazy.
For 0% 3 months ago?
Like, I'm still trying to recognize the problem in me and how I address things. That's another one of my values I want to fix is how I address things. I really want to think before I say something.
Yeah.
I really want that one.
I like that one. I think that one is really hard for me because I trust my ability to think quickly so much. I trust it and I have relied on it for so many different aspects of my life that when I react to something and I think, all right, this is going to sound crazy. This is only going to sound crazy because I feel like it sounds like I have a lot of hubris. But I think through things logically, very quickly. And because of that, my reaction is going to be the logic that I thought through it with instantly. Sometimes that comes off as insensitive.
Welcome to my world.
And because of that, because logic doesn't have anything to do with emotions. So I hurt feelings when I only go about things with logic. And that doesn't necessarily matter to me because I'm thinking logically, and it doesn't matter how you feel about it. The truth is the truth. That's not the best way to have human interactions.
I totally agree. I also, another one, you just opened another door. I want to be more emotionally available to my certain loved ones.
Right.
Yeah.
You thought you were emotionally available already.
Yeah. I got a solution for your problem here. But my logical solution is not what they was looking for.
Right.
They just wanted the shoulder. That's it. And I'm over here trying to give you a solution to the problem.
I heard of a good tactic for that. When someone that you love brings something to you, if you immediately think of a solution, you ask them, do you want solutions or support?
Yeah, I just see the video. It was like, when a woman brings a problem to you, she doesn't want a solution. She just wants someone who understands her feelings. And that's it.
That might be the case. Yeah. You don't know, though. Yeah. It's good to get clarity. I haven't used that yet, but I do. I plan on using that. Yeah. Do you want solutions or support?
Because my solutions is like, I noticed my solutions just has not been what you're wanting to hear.
Right.
Even though it makes all this sense to me. No, but it doesn't matter.
No. The nastiest thing, and this is a nasty thing about us, when the solution isn't what she wants, but you know that it is absolutely correct, like it is absolutely a solution, and she doesn't want it, this might start an argument between the two of us because I'm getting upset that you don't want the solution. This is a beautiful solution.
And now you should just use I can't help you.
like
I can't help you.
What are we doing here?
So you
just complaining and complain. Nah, man. Now I'm being rude. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, the two, because I always have to realize, like, my girl, she thinks with emotion and I think with logic, and I want to try to break that off 50-50 for me, or at least move it to 40-60, something so I can start thinking with it.
Yeah, meet her where she is. At least some. Yeah. Like, meet her where she is, for sure. Yeah, no, that's a solid one. Personally, my values, the values that I have been aiming for in this exercise are being more supportive. It just so happens that you brought that up. But being more supportive because I always come with solutions. That's always, like I said, I think through things so quickly that I want to get to the bottom of it before you give me time to think about what's going on. Like, I just want to get to the bottom of it. So I want to be more supportive and less solution based. And I also want to be more, this isn't necessarily a value, but I want to be more active around the house and like helping out with cleaning and cooking and shit like that.
Good luck with that.
When it comes to the cleaning thing, I'm at about 70%. We're doing real well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because it's easy. It's an action. Action is easy. I don't have to think. You just, like, there's dishes. You wash them.
Wow.
The toilet's dirty. You clean it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm at about 70%.
That's impressive, though.
Thanks. It's not enough. It's nowhere near enough. Nowhere near enough. Because there are times, and this is how I know that I'm not aligning with my values, is because there are times where I'll walk past something in the house and I'm like, no, I know she wants me to do that. I'm not doing that shit. And I want it to get to a point where I see it and I do it the way that she does. I just don't have that yet. I'm not there yet. But when it comes to the being supportive thing, that is way harder to do. I'm only at like 30%. And that feels really low because I see it after it happens. The same with all of the things that we talked about on the relationship episode or on the arguments episode, where I just have a really difficult time being proactive. Like, whenever she brings something to me, I'm immediately like, well, why do you feel that way? How can we make sure that doesn't happen next time? Let's figure this out together. And she's just like, fam, I just had a bad day at work. Like,
there's not need for all that.
Yeah. So we're working on it. I think by the next time we talk about it, I can get supportive up to 50. I don't expect much more than that. I think I can get supportive up to 50, and I think I can get the being active around the house.
Yeah,
around 80.
I'm gonna make that an everyday reminder for me, like in my phone. First thing I see when I wake up, so I can try to remember it as much as possible.
Be a nice guy.
Yeah, and emotionally available.
I love that.
Them two main ones. Yeah, that's what I just wrote in my notes.
Love that.
So I definitely want to work on that. I think she'll love that.
Oh man,
we about to get all the bitches, bro.
What did you just say? I'm not shaking your head. Stop.
No, that's not a real thing, man.
I'm leaving that in too, bitch.
No, you're not.
I'm leaving that in.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I record. I edit this.
But thank you again for tuning in. And again, sorry for missing last week, man. I was a little under the weather.
A lot under the weather.
I wasn't even able to speak. You can kind of still hear it in this episode, but I'm a lot better now. So
they wasn't worried about how you was doing. They just wanted a podcast,
listen,
bro. They just wanted an episode.
They messaged like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Yeah, they wanted. I actually got one that said, "If he's in the hospital, go record it in the hospital." They didn't care at all. They didn't care at all how you was doing. They just wanted the pod back. But yeah, we appreciate y'all tapping in with us. Apologies for the delay. That, God forbid, for lack of a better phrase, won't happen again. We will definitely do some things like recording extra episodes to make sure that type of shit don't happen. Also, my references to God in this episode weren't because I actually believe in God. It's because it's a colloquial thing, and there are people that are listening to this that do, and you knew where I was coming from.
And y'all, please, please, please don't believe that lie. He truly believes in me. He tells me every day.
See,
he believes in me.
You about to get us
canceled.
Right? Like, this
on our Instagram, please tap in and let us know how y'all doing with y'all core values. Working on them. Let us know.
The Instagram is the Overly Opinionated Podcast. The Twitter, which we definitely need to be more active on, is Podboys, at Podboys. And the Gmail, if you want to email us for topics or literally just to get something off your chest, is the Overly Opinionated Pod at gmail.com. Tap in with us. Let us know what it is that you want to hear, what it is that you don't like about the pod, like people considering or addressing themselves as God, stuff like that. Also, Soon Come is an Instagram live that you might be able to jump on and converse with us and hear our way too hyper opinions about things and topics that you've never been able to see us this way.
And I am 1,000% nervous. Like, don't think I'm not. I'm 1,000%. This is not something I do, but I do have to step out of my comfort zone. I'm willing to do it. Excited but nervous.
So soon come a situation where you can interact with this podcast in a way you've never been able to before, and I am very excited for that. So yeah, tap in with us, and we will see you next Wednesday.
Thank you.